Yo, yo, yo. Oh. What is up, everybody? It is Late Night Live, a special Tuesday edition, because, I'm going out of town on Thursday. And I said, you know what? I want to do the Late Night Live Tuesday. Let's get it in a little bit early. Normally, we do it Thursday. I won't be doing a show Thursday. Of course, I'll be back with the heat for the weigh-in recap show on Friday. And then I'll be dropping those UFC 290 predictions a little bit early, man. I'm getting those done. Notes are almost finished, so I'll be getting to those 290 predictions. Probably dropping like a Thursday, maybe, if I really want to drop the 290 picks early. You guys can let me know in the chat what you think. Or I drop them on Saturday a little bit early. I'm looking forward to dropping them a little bit early. It'll be nice, man. I'll have them up, you know what I'm saying, super early. But yeah, no fight companion this Saturday, which I know it sucks. I'm disappointed too. But I'm out of town. I want to enjoy some quality family time in Massachusetts. And then I'll be back after the 4th of July. 290, we got a fight companion. Money line is Thursday next week. And then I'll be dropping an on-the-road edition of this week's Best MMA Bets. So you guys know the content is still coming at you. As always, I'm getting all the essential pieces out. Don't think that I'm slacking, yo. Much love to the people popping in the chat. We got Dallas Beltran, who just dropped the Lipski lock of the week call. You got a lot of balls for that, Beltran. You know what? I'm picking Lipski with you. I think that she's a great underdog. I do see her with a legitimate chance to beat Melissa Gatto, man. Hey, what's up, Gray Shirt? You want 800 at the casino Saturday playing blackjack? You know, there's one game that I think I hear about people being like extraordinarily profitable in, and 100% it's blackjack. 100% it's blackjack. My lock parlay, I'd probably say you got Guram in that lock parlay with, I don't know, the likes of Fakhretdinov. I'm trying to think of the whole card off the top of my head. I should probably look over here. I should probably give it a glance. Guram, Fakhretdinov, and Bonfim, if you're looking for like highest confidence. Also, I think Ismagulov's got a real good chance. Gator MF. I'm not taking a week off, bro. I'm just out of town, mate. You got to remember, Guru's British, bro, and he's from his hometown. All his family lives, you know what I'm saying, in a relatively close distance to him. I got to fly out of state sometimes to see some people I care about. What's up, Don Murdoch? Gatto will knock her out. Dewey Collins, I'd be surprised to see that. Sterling O'Malley, what is my final pick? I don't have a final pick yet. Early, I'm leaning Sterling, though. You watched 2 hours beforehand, definitely helped. If I do get into blackjack, I definitely got to sit down and spend some time watching videos, man. I played roulette the other day like a degenerate and lost $100. Kevin Lee, dog of the week. You got balls for throwing Lee, but come on, man. Come on. Justin Mack, how you doing, bro? Demir minus 115. I think Damir Ismagulov is one of the best bets on the card. He's actually one of my highest confidence picks. And as I threw my lockout, this is like the Monday money line lock. I picked Ivanov, but it was literally between Ismagulov and Ivanov. And afterwards, I was thinking to myself, damn, dude, Damir might flip to a dog. That might be the A side. I don't think Grant Dawson beats him. Ismagulov is a very confident pick for me. And as I talked about on money line, if Alexandr Romanov shows up at 250 or less, then I'm worried about that Ivanov lock. If we get fat Romanov, I think Ivanov stops him. If we get a lean Romanov, there's a little bit of fear inside of me, and I think then the real lock would be Damir Ismagulov. Hey, Gator MF, much love, bro. I'm excited for the trip, man. It's going to be nice. Listen, bro, I like the Sugar Show. I've been riding with them through and through. You're making your $2 dinner? Good, my man. Good. Clean that house up. Keep it nice. You think Kevin Lee's entering the Spider Rico point of his career soon? He's the Spider Rico of the UFC, and he's not taking out the Drago. You know what I'm saying? He's taking an L. Kevin Lee couldn't put away Diego Sanchez, and Diego gave him a fight. Lee, not a great dog, in my opinion. I totally agree. I think Fakhretdinov should get a pretty clean win here. A loss would be very surprising. I'd kind of be shocked if he loses. Do I actually study any film or simply watch highlights? Bro, Barry Watson, you're always talking mad shit in the chat. You and I both know that I study film, bro. And when you're picking fights in this game, you know, you see it one way, and sometimes it can go completely the opposite, man. What percentage you put Sean's chances of winning? I'm going to say he's in that 50-50 zone. Coin flip. Have some fun up in Mass. I'm coming out of Berkshire County 413, baby. Hey, shout out to you, Jamie Carpenter. Much love. I'm thinking of Clayton Carpenter when I see your last name. Guys, we're at 4 likes. I kind of want to start the show off with a Pen Ripskis. So let's get 15 likes up in here, and let's get a fucking Ripskis in. Hey, thank you, Dewey Collins. I appreciate the love. Yeah, I'll still be doing content, and I mean, I might end up doing some live Q&As while I'm there. I'll just, dependent upon what I'm doing, I don't want to, commit to doing the fight companion because I know I got things going on Saturday. And then I'll be dropping the full card picks. The full card picks, bro. I've been living in the sea of red. Listen, I'm getting out of the Red Sea, bro, and I'm going to the Mediterranean. Don't doubt it, man. Don't doubt it. Sometimes this game rocks you one week and you're still a little dazed heading into the next. But don't worry, this week we're on point. Amsterdam, Aiden Memik. I love to go to Amsterdam. I'd love it. But my weed is legal. I got it right here. I got everything I need right here, man. Right in my corner of my room, It's fully legal in Florida now, man. Medicinally, but still completely legal then. Which is quite beautiful. Quite tremendous. Yeah, I got the poll up for the first fight. I'm doing the full breakdown late night live style, but I want to, chat it up for a few moments before we get into it. Let some people join before we start the breakdown. Once we hit 15 likes, we're 2 away. I'm going to rip the Jack Frost little hybrid. Jack Frost. Wheezy, I like Wheezy, man. He's a good guy. Very nice. I think he does very good stuff. Listen, I got a lot of respect for people in this game, bro. I'm just always telling you what I'm thinking, man. Win, lose, or draw, I ride with my opinion. Yeah, Massachusetts is completely legal. You prefer hash over weed? You're a hash guy. Hey, let me rip this for you guys. Much love. Woo! Starting it off with the little cool breeze, you know what I'm saying? It's got like a nice minty taste. You live near Gillette Stadium? I've been to Gillette Stadium a few times. Quite nice, man. Quite nice. All right, we already got a shitload of votes in the poll for the Kutateladze and Brener fight. And, I'm looking at this poll, and you guys got me just a slight bit head scratched with picks on Brener. Have you ever ripped CBD line with Finch? Only, camera talk. Never in person. Hey, thank you, Brody Perry. Good luck to you with your picks, bro. Renat, Bonfim, Demir, Guram. I like it a ton. I like it a ton. Don't I want to say my numbers? Absolutely, bro. And I've been able to say that for a long time. There's just been some rocky roads, man. There's been some bad calls. Some bad pick flips. Some wrong fucking underdog locks. And shit sometimes goes sideways, man. But I agree. Absolutely. I'd love to say that. And I will be saying it again. I am saying it. July is going to be a crazy month. Oh, 290, 291. Absolutely tremendous. The 290 card is awesome. I'm really excited. I do remember the 800 on Rosas gray shirt. It was painful that day. Never met Finch in person. Nah, bro. We seem like we'd be pals in real life. And obviously, Mike Finch is an actual friend of mine, but we just know each other purely through the internet. Clip Rocky Road. Rocky fucking Road. Kutateladze. I do want to start getting into the picks. And, of course, I'll be chatting it up with you guys, too. But we got some fights to talk about. I love the late night live because it's like, a more chill breakdown. And I get to see what my people are thinking. Guram Kutateladze versus Elves Brener. I am picking Guram. Everybody should be picking Guram. I don't think Kutateladze is, even near the Brener level. I think he's like three notches above. It's more about how does he get it done. Guram is a guy that puts a lot of pressure on his opponents, and could he find the kill shot? I feel as though it'd be more of like a wearing down a Brener for a stoppage, but not an easy feat. Elves Brener, I don't believe he's ever been stopped as a professional. 14-3. Yeah, 3 decision losses. Guram, as good as he is, hasn't been getting finishes in the octagon. Granted, star-studded competition. And outside of the UFC, I mean, he was getting some KOs. Does Brener have the durability? I lean towards yes. I'm going to end up saying Guram by decision. But I have a hunch that there's a chance of a third-round TKO. As far as the lines for this fight, Guram is minus 600. He opened at minus 275, so if you got it at that, that's a steal. Because Guram is clearly better. Brener plus 425. You can see the bookies are unsure on method of victory here. Guram by decision is plus 135. Inside distance, minus 120. Guram KO plus 105. So the books seem to be leaning us to the side of the Guram KO. But I feel like decision is pretty likely. Ultimately, Guram should toy with Elves Brener. Because if you look at who Guram has recently been fighting to what Elves Brener has been faced off with, the level difference is vast here. Extremely vast. Extremely. Extremely. Not close. Not close at all. Not close one bit. Am I ready for Yair to shock the world? Ooh, I don't know, man. No fight companion this week, brother. I know. Fight night Ripskis. I guess not on camera, sadly, but I'll make it up to you guys for 290. Don't worry. This is the opener as of right now. You're not Guru's mod, Greater? I thought you were. Hey, what's up, Protege? You're taking Guram? I agree, my man. Decision. Rip Ryan Mallet, the Florida beach is deadly. How did that happen, the drowning? You're taking Guram base for your two parlay. Guram, Morales, Bonfim, Guram, Renat, Brito. I think Guram's going to hit. Guram's a sure hitter. We all know it. Everybody knows it. Guram's got this fight in the bag. I think he dominates Elves Brener en route to a pretty clean, unanimous decision. And I feel like Guram Kutateladze, I mean, in 2024... could he have a shot in making it into the rankings? I'd say yeah. How old is he now? 31? So this is his prime. It's now. I think he could. Obviously, you guys know I'm a big Khamzat Chimaev fan. Knowing Guram and Khamzat work with one another aids to my confidence as well. I'm going to throw the poll up for this next fight. Dude, listen, I'll miss you too, Tanner Austin. But don't worry. It's just the 1 week off, and then everything's back to normal for 290, and every single week after that for the rest of the year. It's a one-off, man. It's a one-off. All right, poll coming up for the next fight. Let's get into it. Next fight on the card, we got Alexandr Romanov versus Blagoy Ivanov. I slided with the Blagoy Ivanov side, and I even went as far as to say dog lock. Here is going to be my implications on that, because I want to say it as I'm feeling it. Exactly my thoughts are this. If Alexandr Romanov shows up 264, 262, in the 260s, his gas tank, I think, is going to be extremely limited, and I see Blagoy with the stoppage in the second or third round. Now, ultimately, if you dig into Alexandr Romanov previously, right, he had lost a fuckload of weight. Came in for this fight, right, 260 pounds, big boy Romanov. Fight after that, 264, and he had trouble with Espino. Jared Vanderaa, he handles him. He was 265. Then he decides, hey, I need to get my ass in shape. I should be running through everybody with ease, and he starts leaning out. He's 235 against Chase Sherman. He's 239 against Tybura, and he had a great performance, even losing to Tybura. Enough so that I felt like, okay, he lost to Tybura, but Romanov could still be a pretty peak contender. My worry is then, immediately the next fight, he's 264.5. If he weighed in at 239, and then the next fight, he's 264.5, he must have gained 30 pounds of body fat. He must be walking around at 280 pounds. I feel as though going from 240 to then like 280 walking around, you can't be taking the game extraordinarily serious. Against the low-level guys, it can work. But when he got tested against Espino in that fight with a technical decision, and then you fight a Marcin Tybura at your peak and you ultimately lose, you can't go in against Volkov at 265. Now he's thrown Blagoy Ivanov. We look at Blagoy, and he's not outstanding anywhere. He's a combat Sambo champion. He's not, crazy powerful with his hands, but the heart of Blagoy is constantly shown. The dude has no break. He's only been stopped once as a pro, and that was against Volkov back in 2014. He's been in there with everybody inside of the UFC as far as top caliber heavyweights. On paper, he's not great. Lost to Tybura last fight out. Before that fight, beat Dilima on the cards. Sakai lost. Derek Lewis lost. Beat Tai Tuivasa. The way he wins this fight is Fatboy Romanov shows up out of shape, is unable to control and finish Ivanov in the first round. Fatigue sets in, and Ivanov is going to stop him in the second or third. The mental lapse that I saw from from Romanov last time out was off the fucking charts. So, if he comes in lean, realistically, it's no longer the lock for Ivanov. Ivanov's lock is simply based upon the 260 and up Romanov coming across from him. If you get a lean Romanov at 235, like the Tybura Romanov, and he fights at a calculated pace, he's very live to win the fight. Still, Ivanov is going to be the pick regardless, and as of right now has that dog lock status. Now, as far as Ivanov, he's plus 115. The line opened at plus 140, so a lot of people seem to be playing that line. TKO for Ivanov, plus 650. I see a second or third round TKO of a tired Romanov. It's one of those fights where we're going to find out a lot at weigh-ins. We're going to find out a lot at weigh-ins, man. Post-fight recap, it's going to purely be dependent upon, my access. If I'm able to watch the fights, or at least if I can watch the main event, I'll do a main event recap. Next fight, you have to wait till weigh-ins for your pick. You have plenty of Ripskis on my behalf. Hell yeah, enjoy it, man. Weigh-in pick for sure. You definitely can't bet Romanov off the last fight. This is a stay away from me on the betting side, to be honest. I'm offensive using other talking points. No offense. I'm not offended because I'm using my own talking points, bro. I don't watch other picks channels, bro. Romanov needs to come in like he did in other organizations. Well, this is also a big jump in comp. I mean, he's not fighting Jared Vandera. Guram by decision, Brito KO, Renat Strickland parlay. I respect it. Fat or not, he's still an OV. Hey, as is Ivanov on the other side. Pimblet by split decision. That's always a good call. Ivanov is the people's pick at 58% as I close out the poll here. Ivanov. Blagoy, Blaga, Ivanov. He is in love, bro. He's in love with me, bro. Let me throw up the poll for the next fight. Let me throw the poll up for the next fight. I like this next fight a ton. I don't like the odds much, but I like the fight. Moving up, next one on the card is Joanderson Brito versus Westin Wilson. Pick here seems pretty straightforward. It's Brito by sub. He can hurt Wilson with overhand strikes, and when they go to the floor, it's going to be a level difference. Wilson's very tall and long, and he's got that karate style, but I think he's there to be caught, man. He doesn't have the same reflexes as a Wonder Boy does, even though he does have a fairly similar style as you watch it. It's definitely watered down compared to Wonder Boy. I mean, how could he be like Wonder Boy? Obviously, he trains with Wonder Boy. Here against Brito, I think he's going to end up getting sub. Now, he does have a big height advantage, 6'1 to 5'8", but the reach is only 1 inch, so that's something interesting, too. Brito by sub in the first round, potentially club and sub is what I'm thinking. We know Brito has a pretty incredible jiu-jitsu game and is strong as fuck. Minus 1,100. Brito is a nasty wide favorite. Something that I liked here was the under, minus 260 now. I got it at minus 215, which wasn't a great tag, but I did want to throw down something on the under 1.5 because I see this fight going fairly short. I also like Brito to win by sub at plus 175. I think that's pretty high likely as well. Could Brito chin him? Yes, but I'm kind of thinking club and sub is more likely, man. Club and sub, baby. I see some Onama love in the chat from Bananas and Grapes, man. He's a big Onama guy. Brito is everybody's pick. 86% of the chat is on Brito. And I expected nothing different. We knew Brito was the call here. He's a minus 1,100 favorite. Let's put Brito down as the people's pick. In agreement with you guys for the first three. Let's see if that keeps up for the whole card here. Next fight. Well, first let me throw the poll up real quick. The poll is coming. The poll is coming up in a second. All right. Poll is up. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card. We got Ivana Petrović versus Luana Carolina. So I'm picking Petrović in this fight, but I will be lying to you if I didn't think, oh shit, is Carolina a good dog snap as a pick when I, was going to do the Sunday breakdown? But dude, when I sit down and watch Carolina, she's just not good. She's incredibly herky-jerky and awkward with her stand-up. It's going to be about, can Petrović land the takedowns and control? If she can, I see a clear path to victory. The fear is, does she not? In her last fight, she was kind of getting beaten up a little bit early. She kind of shoots takedowns at times from far out of range. But Carolina, in a fight with a girl larger than her, I think she's going to be on her back. Obviously, she was able to pull it off against Lupi Godinez, but Godinez is a 15-pounder, not a 25er. So I feel like here, Petrović, I think she does find a way to pull off a win using the grappling. She gets on top and she gets it on the judges' scorecards. Obviously, Carolina, as bad as she looks, she's still difficult to fight and a tough journeywoman. Minus 220 for Petrović, plus 185 for Carolina. Staying away from this fight here. Probably goes over at minus 245. Carolina by KO, plus 1,200. Carolina chins her. Has Carolina ever gotten a KO? When was Carolina's last KO? Carolina has 2 KO wins, and they are way back. 2015 and 16. Does have a win over Priscilla Cachoeira in 2019. Lipski stopped her quick. 2 wins there, and then she's been taking L's. Petrović should really beat her. But, there's a feeling that she doesn't. 100%, there's this whisper that she definitely might not. Petrović is 64% of the people's pick. That doesn't really surprise me because I feel like it's not 100%, and I know people like dog money, and Carolina's dog side, it's appealing to the eyes. As far as does she actually get it done when the cage door closes, I think that's a strong if. I'm going to say Petrović uses her superior ground skills and wins the fight. Petrović is the pick for me here. Petrović. All right, so we're agreeing on everything, man. Chat and me are in full agreement for the first 4 fights on the card. I'm going to throw up the poll for the next one. We actually got another ladies matchup coming up. Back-to-back ladies matchups on the prelims here. You think Luana will shine this time because her last fight was split? She was close with JoJo. And you know what? That's, I guess, a good accolade to have, but it is a kind of washed JoJo. It's not prime Joanne Calderwood. Let's keep running up. Next fight, we got ladies going after it once again. It's Yana Santos versus Karol Rosa. I'm picking the side of Karol Rosa against Yana. I think she's able to box her up, fights well in the clinch. Yana's just so unimpressive to me, man. I just feel like I don't want to shit on her, but I do feel like she's a little robotic with her stand-up. It's kind of slow. I feel like Karol Rosa's got better hands. Santos, I mean, she has the Muay Thai and okay kicks, but not extremely effective. Her cage control is okay. Karol Rosa, I think, matches her in physical strength. This fight at 145, I like that. I think Karol Rosa pulls it off at 145. She is coming in on short notice, but without having to do a significant weight cut, I think it's to her advantage. So I'm going to go Rosa to get it done. I'm going to say she does it with a bit of boxing and cage control, and she takes this fight in a snooze fest. I don't think it's going to be all that good. I hope I'm wrong and this is a dog fight, but probably not. Minus 150 for Rosa Kunitskaya, a.k.a. Yana Santos, plus 127. Going over at minus 300 seems like a near lock. Rosa by decision, minus 105. Santos decision, plus 225. I like the over. The over 2.5 here is probably the best call. Neither girl has great finishing capabilities. And I see this is one that goes the distance. A lot of cage work. A lot of control against the cage. Santos hasn't been the same since she fought Pragin. Definitely could be a factor. Is this the same Rosa that Jillian subbed? I think you're thinking of Thug Rose, man. I don't think she has a sub loss to Jillian. Unless it was in pure jiu-jitsu. No, she does have a loss by sub to Melissa Gatto, though. Outside of the UFC. You like Santos by sub? The chat's picks? Yeah, I have the chat's picks, man. Good that you asked, Bob. I was going to bring it up at the end, but since you asked now, I'll talk about the chat picks from last week. Let me pull them up real quick. You know what? We'll review the chat picks on the smoke session break. What are we at? We're at 27 likes. Listen, let's get 35 likes up in here, and then we'll bong Ripskis it up, man. I don't think Kevin Lee's winning. I'll tell you that straight out the gate, brother. And last week, I am checking the people's picks to see. Man, the people's picks last week. Rough. The people's picks last week. I think they were the same as mine besides Richie. So they took some fat L's, man. The people's picks were off last week. We'll talk about it once we hit the 35 likes. This fight here, the pick is Rosa. The best bet I like over. And the website I'm using is Tapology to see the tail of the tape. And for a vast view of betting lines, it's fightodds.io. You might throw some change on Santos. I think there's better underdogs, but I respect you for shooting for it, man. If you feel like it's going to happen, if you seeing it, do it. That's what I'll say. If you see it, do it. I disagree. But it's not impossible. I think Rosa's going to end up getting her hand raised on the judges' scorecards. Oh, the next fight is actually the featured prelim. I don't know how the featured prelim is already up. I'm actually surprised. This main card, we flew through this card. It's guess because I've been looking at UFC 290, and that card has 14 fights. And like I know this card has 12, but 14 to 12 feels like a vast difference, man. I don't need a copy and paste, Lee. What am I doing? All right. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. It is the featured prelim of the night between Kevin Lee and Rinat Fakhretdinov. I feel as though Rinat Fakhretdinov takes him out. He's going to be stronger than him in the wrestling and in the striking department. Kevin Lee's not a big power striker. I mean, I know he's got a sick high kick of Gregor Gillespie, but come on, man. Gregor's a shorter guy at 155. Rinat Fakhretdinov has fought up at 185. He's got a bit of power in his hands, but definitely is more of a dominant wrestler. And I expect him to be able to out-wrestle Kevin Lee. The size advantage is a factor. I do think in the striking, Rinat can have some success too. Let's not forget, Kevin Lee's last UFC fight, he was getting boxed up by D-Rod. He couldn't really do much. I mean, landed some takedowns, sure, but couldn't do much with him. Obviously, the Charlie O fight looks great on his resume now. The UFC is not in the Kevin Lee business. The UFC let him go. He fought in Eagle FC. Now he's coming back and they're punishing him by giving him Rinat Fakhretdinov, who they're looking to build as a Russian prospect. Rinat should get a signature win here and get his... I mean, I don't think you get a ton of hype from beating Kevin Lee, but he's winning. He opened up at minus 350. He's now minus 186. I think Rinat's a great call. Rinat Fakhretdinov to win is a confident pick. Plus 165 Lee. Rinat, unanimous decision. Over 2.5, minus 140. I wouldn't play that. Fakhretdinov on the cards, plus 175. Minus 186 is all right. Imagine Fakhretdinov KOs him plus 475. Lee's been submitted before. When's Fakhretdinov's last sub? 6 subs, and he won by submission against Alberto Ura in 2019. And Kevin Lee lost by sub here, lost by sub here. Sub seems like the way you're beating Kevin Lee if you are finishing him off. So Fakhretdinov by sub is plus 500. Sure, it's a little bit of a Hail Mary. It's not impossible that Fakhretdinov ends up subbing to Kevin Lee. He's a lot bigger than Kevin. They're going to look like they're from 2 different weight classes. I mean, they are. They really are. They really are. The Bob, my guy, throwing the $4.99. He says, gonna miss hanging with you this weekend. I'm gonna miss hanging with you too, the Bob. But, you know, it's a one-off, man. And I hope that you guys get some family time in too. It'll be a good one-off because you know what? Then UFC 290, it's going to be a special fight companion with all the fucking heat, man. With all the heat. The Bob, I appreciate you $4.99, bro. And I'll miss you too, man. And I'm glad I'm hanging out with you right now. This is the start of a legendary Kevin Lee title run. Agreed. You like Santos, Lee, and Abu? You're a menace for the Lee pick. I won't complain about Santos or Abu, but I don't think Lee wins. Renat, agreed. You think Lee wins, man. The chat, it's like not like you guys are high confidence on Fakhretdinov. It's 58% towards Fakhretdinov. There's still a good portion of you guys that like Kevin Lee. The Motown Phenom is still in your hearts. Why is that? If you're picking Kevin Lee, what do you like about this matchup for him? Do you think he's going to outbox Renat Fakhretdinov? Is he going to put Fakhretdinov on his back? Or is it that you're seeing UFC veteran Kevin Lee, underdog Kevin Lee, and you're kind of being swayed to that side? I'm very curious. So if you're on Kevin Lee, let me know. I'm very curious, man. You think people vote who they want to win? Yo, Gregor Gillespie, Young Penaldo, I appreciate you throwing a reason. You think Lee's faster still? All right. It's close. I'm going to leave the poll open for another minute and see if it shifts because it's 56% Fakhretdinov. And if it goes the Lee way, I wouldn't mind writing the people's pick down as Lee. And who knows, maybe you guys get the most legendary underdog call of the late night live show ever. Only way Lee wins is if he enters the cage a new man. I'm just not expecting that. I know Kevin Lee is young still at just 30, but he's had so many fights. We've seen what Kevin Lee does. You want Lee's the people's pick. 54% are on Fakhretdinov. As of right now, the people's pick is still Fakhretdinov. As a Lee, you don't touch him. Listen, Lee is not getting picked by his own guy. Lee's not getting picked by his own guy. Lee's definitely small compared to Renat. Agreed. You think Lee's face better comp? True, but smaller comp. Smaller guys. I think 2 votes for Lee and it'll shift from Fakhretdinov to him. But I don't think people want to vote for Lee. I think the people like Fakhretdinov. It's so slight. 55% are on Fakhretdinov. So get your votes in. I'm closing it in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dun, 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 dun. Poll officially is Renat Fakhretdinov at 54%. You guys were close. The Kevin Lee, there's a lot of people on the chat that like Kevin Lee. So I got to give you guys respect. If you're picking Kevin Lee, respect to you. But I think Fakhretdinov, come on, man. How the fuck we picking against Fakhretdinov? How is that possible? It's not. The people picked Fakhretdinov. But there's a good percentage of you, 45%, that like Lee. What's up, Hype MMA? I think Lee's going to get work too. Lee wins via Saudi Amato special. Good to see you, Savage, in the chat. Listen, we passed the 35 like goal. I mean, I'd still love to see 40. But I want to chat it up with my people and do a little Q&A and banter before we get to the main card. And I owe you guys a Ripski. You know what I'm saying? It is a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Listen, it's a beautiful fucking day. The OVs have been getting smashed lately. You're not wrong, West Coast. You're not wrong. Listen, there's a guaranteed OV winner on this card. I got 3 OV picks. I mean, granted, one is OV versus OV, so that was a guarantee, but I like 3 OV picks on this card. All right. I got to ask you guys in the chat. I'm curious, man. When you guys watch Moneyline and, this week's Best of MMA Bets, and I throw you my lock of the week, what do you like better? Do you like when I shoot for the stars and go underdog lock? Or do you prefer when I just throw out a favorite with confidence? Let's see. I'm curious. I'm very curious where the people are at. And I'm going to add an option. I like this hearing what you guys saying. So I'm gonna throw a poll up for it as we Q&A it up. Just your most confident pick, regardless of odds. I do the most confident pick section. That's what I love to do because then I just take the odds out of it. Onama or Algio? Oh, I don't know. I might be going Algio, man. You like dogs mostly? Both, but I bet more dogs because of you now. Tell us what you put in the bread on for the lock. Even if it's an over-under, you like confidence. Favorite, but go in depth and talk about method of victory. Prefer the plus 1,000. Favorite, dog, do both. That's interesting. So you guys like the idea of me throwing a dog lock and the high confidence favorite lock. It's not a bad idea if I double down on 2. Favorite's supposed to win, boring facts. Should do a guaranteed lock and an underdog lock. Okay. I like those ideas. I've always been curious, man. Always got to be underdog, degenerate savagery. Yo, what's up, Don F? I see you in the chat, brother. Most common pick, regardless of odds, is the way to go for your lock of the week. Best prop bets. I do the prop bet section in this week's Best MMA Bets. The most confident lock can be the base of parlay. Confident that's not more than minus 300. Okay. Yeah, I like getting the underdogs. I was snapping dogs. I got Pavlovich Blanchfield on a nice roll. And then I'm telling you, picking Michael Johnson, I'm getting punished by the MMA gods. You parlaying up with futures from NFL or college. That makes it. The most confident pick section is the money section for you, man. All right, I'm going to rip the fuck out of this bongskis, man. Much love to you guys. On the road again. I can't wait to be on the road again. I do predictions for every fight. I mean, I enjoy picks. Like, besides even the betting side, I just like, previewing every fight on the card. I just find it enjoyable. As a fight fan, that's what I always liked. So, on the road again. Hernandez was the dog lock. Savage call for you, B. Bert Gilo. That is a savage call. I can't wait to be on the road again. 54% are saying favorite high confidence lock. In second place is underdog lock, tied with I don't care. Lex Gaming, enjoy that dab, bro. Yeah, I like hearing you guys' opinions in the chat and the poll, so you're appreciated a lot. I appreciate it a ton. Shout out from the Philippines. Yo, shout out to you in the Philippines, bro. I hope you guys are enjoying it over there, man. You're over in the Philippines. I can't imagine, right, the difference in your day-to-day life to mine. I'm becoming Mr. Worldwide. It's tremendous. But no, it's true, though, right? In the Philippines, like, I just think it's like, wow, it's like a culture shock, man. When I think about, being in the Eastern Hemisphere, if I was over there in Asia, or if you go to, even Australia, all the places, man. Because I know I got subscribers from all different places, man. I'm always so curious about the differences in lifestyles day to day from my own or just the American way in general to them people that live across the fucking globe. You know what I'm saying? AJ, you're the man, bro. You make me crave your vids in UFC every week. You're the god, the true GOAT, and you're a blessing to the community. Lex Gaming _25. Thank you, bro. That means a lot to me, man. Thank you for that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The Philippines is dope. I went there like 5 years ago. That's sick. Love hearing your opinions, bro. Keep up the great work. Lex Gaming, my brother. I appreciate you. Zuckerberg or Musk at UFC 300. You know what? Musk is a big dude. If he's actually got a little bit of judo, he's not getting taken down. I'm going to pick Musk by TKO. We don't even have to pay Uncle Dana. That is sick. You don't have to pay Uncle Dana over there. You get all your stuff for free over in the Philippines, man. You got that Filipino favoritism, man. No, that's nice, though. That's nice. You went to the Philippines before. It's dope. That's sick, man. I had a couple buddies of mine that are part Filipino that went before. Dude, I've always been interested in going to Asia because it just seems like such a culture shock as a fucking white American guy. One day I'm going to Asia, man. I'd like to go to, honestly, I wish it could be Pride FC, but it'd be cool to see like a Risen event in person. I'd just be very curious of like the Japanese venue and all. You're from Guyana, South America. Hey, well, shout out to you, Mark Chang from Guyana. Yeah, W Lex Gaming 25, young Penaldo. W to him. He gets a huge W. Yeah, one thing, though, I say this in the Fight Companion a lot. I'm always like, man, one thing with this channel that I am planning always, that I haven't pulled it off, but I'm going to do it, is to drop more MMA opinion videos on any such topics, man. And just attack it on honestly, because I have open days, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. I could throw an MMA opinion video down. Yeah, that's something I want to add. You guys know, if you tune into the Fight Companions, I've said it before, and you've heard me say it. But that's something this year that, like, coming upon, the second half of the year now, that I'd like to bring the heat with, man. That's something that always crosses my mind. Hey, Lex Gaming, you're my guy, but you're my booking. You don't charge nothing. You're a true GOAT. All love and respect. Hey, much love, bro. Thailand is a place to be. I've been to Thailand about 20 times. You ever need guidance? Bro, I would need guidance to Bob. I would. I watch different channels, but channels like Guru, Pub Stores, and We Want Picks are too betting based, and there's no live, so no live. I prefer yours, more casual. Hey, fuck yeah. That's what it's about, man. I'm glad. I love bringing my flow, man. I got my own style, dude. I'm doing my thing over here. Giving the takes, man, what I'm thinking. The Bob, if I go to Thailand, I'm glad that I know you, man. Because I do want to, I would go. It'd be cool. Can I say tremendous real quick? Yeah, it's fucking tremendous, bro. Alazar Bekele, it's tremendous, man. Yeah, it does. Danny Luan, it sucks that there's no fight companion. You're right. It does suck that there's no fight companion this week. I'm sorry that I'm not doing one. I really wish I could, right? It's just ultimately, man, it doesn't make sense for me to try to do it when I know that my family's going to be making, like, yo, let's go here for drinks tonight. Let's go here. I'm like, you know what? I give myself one off fight companion for the year. I'm taking my one day. Went to the Philippines once and had the worst food poison for 2 weeks straight. Total waste of vacay. That sucks, dude. Sounds horrible. That sounds horrible. Oh, you want to know something crazy, guys, too? 174.8 body weight today. That was my goal, was to hit 174.8. How crazy is that, man? I was 200.8 at my heaviest, and now I'm fucking 174.8. 26 pounds off my frame. It's honestly crazy as fuck, dude. To like think that I was like just cruising around in the high 190s to 200s, not thinking anything. Alazar, he says, you are such a low-key, chill guy, bro. I feel like I'm chilling with a homie on stream. That's what it's all about. That's the vibe that I hope everybody feels, man. Just having a good time talking about the fight game and all things life. Hey, AJ the best, man. Could never go wrong with him. I put all my boys onto him. Told him AJ pays the bills. A true guru UFC legend. Hey, Lex Gaming _25. Fuck yeah. Thank you, bro. AJ, we should make a game where every time you say ultimately, we have to take a shot. You know, I've noticed I say ultimately a lot. And I'm like, damn, how can I tone it down and say it less? I'll work on it, man. I'll work on it. I should give Romanov some tips. If they hired me as the dietitian, I'd be locking Romanov this week, but they never gave me a call. They never called me, bro. You need to lose a few pounds yourself? Listen, bro, you want to lose some body fat? There's a few roads you can go down. There's a few ways you can do it. You can go towards the side of a purely cardio-based training, lose body fat, cut your food down, don't eat a lot. You're not concerned about muscle. You're just trying to sweat, man. And it's like that right there, I'd say, is non-optimal if your goal is to have a desired look. But ultimately, man, I know my grandfather was a manual laborer. At one point, he was fucking 230 and he dropped to like 150. So I don't know. And he did like more of a diet where he's sweating a fuck ton and he's cutting his food back. Personally, I do more like the, bodybuilding gym bro style of like eating high protein, lifting and doing cardio. I would say if you can add in basic lifting, cardio, what type of cardio? The most enjoyable cardio is any type of like combat martial art type thing. If you're going to like roll 3-4 days a week, I'd say that could work for you for sure. But it's got to be at least 3-4. If you're going to then do boxing, if you're doing that, at least 3-4. I think 4 is best, but 3-4 is cool. If you're not doing that, you're not interested in that, probably Stairmaster or elliptical. If your knees can handle it, I'll tell you Stairmaster, because it's like hard. You walking upstairs. That added resistance of walking upstairs is burning extra calories as opposed to a treadmill where you're running, but you're not running against any resistance. It's just speed. So I would lean Stairmaster. It's pure weight loss. But yeah, those are really your options, man. You got a few routes you can go. There's some ways to do it, man. It's not that hard. It's just more about up here. If you're like, okay, mentally, am I ready to commit and make a lifestyle change and do it for a significant amount of time? If you plan on changing your body significantly in 4 weeks, you're going to be disappointed. It's going to take you, if you're like fairly lean already, it's going to be 8 weeks to see like good abs. But if you're overweight, you probably just be ready for 12 weeks, man. I say 12 weeks is where you see big changes. Yeah, avoiding sugar is facts, bro. The sugary shit, it's going to fuck with your insulin, and it's terrible for your health, bro. Sugar, I think, is the worst thing for you. I don't put sugar in my coffees ever, bro. Yeah, thank you, Sauce Giver. He says, I see you, big dog. It's always good reaching a weight loss goal. Facts, man. Facts. I hit my goal, and now I can chill. I'm good. Never seen someone rock the type of hat before I found the channel. Listen, this hat's iconic for this channel. I love it, man. There's theories about what my hair looks like under here and shit like that. I always enjoy seeing them. But you know what? It's like you can find me without a hat online. There's content with me without a hat online. This card is Saturday. Yes. It is Shadow. Hey, much love to you, Lex. And yeah, much love to the community, man. We got some great folks over here. You're on the pizza pasta diet? Listen, you and Musha Meshi, bro. If you're rolling every day, you're fine. If you're rolling every day, you're fine, bro. Metabolic Effect Diet is a great book for people who want to lose weight. That's interesting, man. I never read it, but I bet it has good fucking literature in it. Pizza pasta diet for life. Do I think Onama is a fluke artist or legit contender? I'm not going to say he's a fluke artist, but I don't think he's a legit contender. No. Hey, Ed the Chosen One, my guy. The elliptical's great, too. The elliptical was always my favorite, but I started doing Stairmaster, and I'm like, wow, I like this way more. Quick tips for losing weight. Replace all calories that you drink with water. No sugar, no milk. Yeah, I do use like an almond creamer in my milk, though. Your proof that exercise alone doesn't show. Sadly, it's true, right? If you just work out and have a shit diet, like, you're not going to ever look the way you want. You see my old videos with that without the hat? I got a fuckload of hair, man. Yeah, right now it's grown out. I cleaned it up, but dude, it was getting crazy. You're on the water life. It's just the amount of food I eat and the quality. But I'm getting a gym membership ASAP. Do it, bro. You got it. 12 weeks, man. That's what it is. To get to where I'm at now, it was about 16 weeks. I was doing it since I started like the middle of March, like early middle. So like 16, 14, something like that for the weeks. Hey, enjoy yourself, Justin Mack. Yeah, like the stream. Listen to my guy, Justin Mack. You're rolling down the hill. Can I clone myself? Unfortunately, not yet, man. Unfortunately, not. When I can, I'll make it happen. I'll get a clone to fill in. Hey, Ed the Chosen One. Of course, bro. I always got the advice. Lower salt intake. Bro, if you're sweating a lot, the salt is actually going to be necessary. If not, you're going to start cramping. Shed 60 pounds on the carnivore diet. I hear good things about it, man. You're about 270, 6'1", would recommend the bike or the Stairmaster. I got a bad ankle, so no treadmill. I think those are both great options for you, bro. But hey, Zeno Gray, do it, brother. Cut the carbs and sugars is a struggle week 1. After that, a breeze. That's what I notice about leaning out, right? The hardest time is the early phase because it's like you're not used to eating good. But then when you're eating good every day, like it's easy to stick with it. Dawson, Strickland parlay. Bro, I don't like Dawson here. I think Ismagulov is going to jab him up. I'm not sold Dawson can land the takedowns. You drank only water and lost 15 pounds? Holy shit. That's badass, man. Good shit. Clean water diet, son. Hey, well, I'm going to close out this poll, and I want to get the poll for the next fight on the card. What fight are you excited for this Saturday? For me, it's Renat versus Lee and Ferreira versus Ruziboev. I would say Renat and Lee is my favorite prelim fight on the main card. It is definitely the main event. I like Strickland versus Magomedov a lot. Working out legs, yeah, it's a must, bro. You don't have to power lift. You don't have to squat and deadlift, but you should definitely be hitting leg press, some type of, work. I don't know. I think, to be honest, bro, just squat, man. It ain't that hard, bro. You don't have to deadlift, but squat. Just if you want to go lighter, do sets of 6 to 8, do that. But like I always say, squat is essential. Deadlift is if you like it. It gets your back bigger, though, for sure. But it definitely works your legs. The posterior chain, you're like a wrist workout for your cardio. I'll tell you this, man. To the Bob. It's the last thing I'll say about the fitness and health side because we'll get back into the breakdown. I have noticed the most muscular gains in the past probably 3 years. I've been lifting a long time. The past 3 years, I feel like my gains really slowed down. I have noticed the most gains this year adding in fully the squat consistently once a week and deadlift consistently once a week. And then for my pressing, I like bench and incline, and I like dumbbell shoulder press. But those two lifts, though, squat and deadlift, I do think add a lot of muscle to your back, man. Like even the squat, it's going to build your traps too. What is your thoughts on the recent boxing reffing flubs with the Romero? I don't think that was a flub. I think that was on purpose. They calling the fight too soon? Yeah, listen, it's just unfortunate refereeing. I honestly really want to watch more boxing, dude. I crave boxing. But it's on the same time as UFC. I really wish there was a way that they were on different days, man. How much my bench? My best bench ever is 330. I don't know about hitting that right now, but I did 270 for 5 on my third working set Monday at 175 pounds. So pretty solid, man. All right, I'm going to start getting into these picks once again. Let me get the first fight on the main card pulled up, and then we'll start the breakdown. Hey, thank you, Adrian Payne. I appreciate that, man. I've been benching a long time. I like the bench press. I personally never really had problems with it. I think, honestly, I feel like I've strained myself on the incline and the shoulder press, but the flat, not really, man. If you got good form, the flat's a safe lift because you got like your whole fucking body supporting you. All right, let's get into the first fight on the main card. Smash the likes if you guys haven't, and I appreciate everybody chatting it up with me. We got Nursultan Ruziboev versus Bruno Ferreira. I respect Bruno Ferreira's dynamite power, But I have a hard time picking a guy that hasn't been over a round and a half versus a guy with 45 pro fights who's going to be 6 inches taller and fights well from the outside and also has a competent grappling game. Not the best wrestler, but a competent ground game. If he can avoid Ferreira's early bombs, find some striking of his own, clinch up, I feel like Ruziboev is live for a submission in the second or third round. I think he could get Ferreira's back. I know Ferreira looked damn strong against Gregory Rodriguez, but you got to remember, look at the frame of Ruziboev and look at the frame of Rodriguez. When I think of a grappling match, right, I would say that Ferreira would have less struggle tying up with somebody with a buff, thick frame like Gregory Rodriguez. Where he would have issues is with the tall, lanky guy like Nursultan Ruziboev. I think Ruziboev is going to pull this one off by submission. So I'm going to say he gets it done in the second or third using his ground. Obviously, first round, Bruno Ferreira knockout is always live, but I think that Ruziboev survives it. Note that Ruziboev, with 45 pro fights, he has only been finished twice. Once by KO. And when was this? Let's find this knockout. I believe it was years ago. Granted, yes, it's not UFC competition. He was knocked out in his third pro bout. Third pro fight, he was knocked out. But since then, only been finished once. Never been knocked out. Has not even 30. And he's got now, 46 pro fights coming up with this weekend? 47 fights this weekend? Holy shit. Yeah, I think Ruziboev, if he's not UFC level now, he'll never be. I'm going to say he's getting the win. You want to bet 1K on 2 fights? I was thinking Renat and Whitaker, but don't want to wait a week. Renat and Bonfim. I do think Renat and Bonfim both win, man. Yeah, Dana White's throwing Kevin Lee to the fucking wolves. Facts, Roy, Nebraska. Losing weight is simpler than people make it out to be. I think it's just hard to commit. You know what I'm saying? I got you pick flipping. This is why you're the GOAT. Hey, respect, brother. Let's get this sub. You think Ruziboev too chaotic, likes fighting on his back, puts himself in triangles? Hey, we'll find out, bro. You think the only finish on the main card is Ferreira by highlight? If he styles on Ruziboev, more power to him. But I like Ruziboev to win. He's plus 160 as the dog. Ruziboev by submission is my call. Plus 500 for that. I think Ferreira's live in round 1. Ferreira KO round 1 plus 165. The odds of it are way higher in the second. And then I think Ruziboev, he comes alive in the second or third round. Ruziboev second or third round finish is crazy at plus 1,000 and plus 1,200. I like Ruziboev to win. I'm saying he's getting it done. Philly fighters got that grit. Facts, bro. Philly fighters are dog tough, man. Even though he's Uzbekistani. But he is also from Philly, so add in the 2. He's got 47 now fights coming up this weekend. Listen, Nursultan Ruziboev is solid, and I am not sold on Bruno Ferreira. At the end of the day, Ferreira hits like a fucking Mack truck. He caught Gregory Rodriguez with a beautiful punch. But I still think he could be in trouble here, and I'm picking Ruziboev to sub him. Ruziboev for the win for me. The people disagree, though. You guys are on Bulldog Bruno Ferreira. Respect. We're on the opposite side of this one, my people. We're on the opposite end. You guys are on Bruno Ferreira. I'm on Ruziboev. We shall find out. Let me get the poll up for this next one. Originally, I am from Boston, yeah. I live in Florida now, but I'm Boston born, man. I'm a masshole at heart. All right, next fight is Benoit Saint-Denis versus Ismael Bonfim. I think that Bonfim is going to chin Saint-Denis. I know Saint-Denis can grapple, but Bonfim does seem to have incredible hips. He's a dynamite striker, and I feel like he's got all the makings of somebody that could crack the top 15. I think Bonfim is going to chin Benoit in the second or third. He might do it earlier. As Benoit shoots, he needs to be very careful of a Bonfim flying knee, because Bonfim's knee that comes up is straight dynamite. And I definitely think he can catch the chin of Benoit Saint-Denis. Saint-Denis is going to be able to tie up fairly well and land takedowns, sure. But Bonfim can do serious damage with the striking. Denis, the way he wins is he has to get Bonfim's back. It's going to be extremely hard to do that. He's not going to sub him anywhere else. He needs to strangle Bonfim. How's he going to get to his back? Bonfim's incredibly quick. He's not easy to control, and his striking is levels better. I can't see Saint-Denis with success. I mean, he's going to try to grind him out for 3 rounds. I don't think he can hold him down. Bonfim's going to get up even if he goes down, and he's going to be throwing hammers. Ismail Bonfim to add more highlights to the reel. Knockout. Knockout here for Bonfim. Bonfim minus 310. Saint-Denis plus 265. Bonfim's that guy, my people. Plus 150 for Ismail Bonfim KO. I do think that's what's going to happen. But minus 315. I know it's wide. It's 3-1. But I do think it hits. From Brockton, bro. Yo, shout out to you in Brockton, man. Holy shit. Yeah, I've been to Brockton several times, bro. The Goody Petronelli boxing gym I've been to before as like a little kid. I don't know if you know where that is. I don't even know if it still exists anymore. YouTube doing a good job. Just came up with my recommendations. Just subscribe. Hey, Adam Beanie Smith, shout out to the new subscriber, my guy. No, I haven't done Strickland just yet, man. We're getting up to it. We're doing the full main card right now. We ran through the prelims already. And then we'll talk Strickland, and then we'll also talk parlays at the end. Bro, I'm just drinking on some Diet Coke. Saint-Denis, he is crazy durable. I agree he's crazy durable. Zaleski probably should have got a KO, though. And note, that was also up a weight class. And also, I think Bonfim puts it together faster than a Zaleski, man. I like Bonfim a lot in this fight, guys. Bonfim by knockout, official pick for me. The people all over Bonfim at 81% as well. Bonfim, high confidence. He's a high confidence pick. That's the truth. You guys know it. He's a high confidence pick. He's going to get it. I think he's hurting Benoit Saint-Denis here. Odds are not beautiful, but it's because it's a fight that should go one way. It should go the way of Bonfim. I'm going to start throwing the poll up for the next fight. Ladies going after it here, and I'm excited to talk these girls. The ladies going after it. Oh, shit. Yeah, Coke over Pepsi. I agree, bro. Get your votes in the poll. Let's jump up to the next fight on the card. It is Edion Lipski versus Melissa Gatto. The Queen of Violence, Ariane Lipski, is going to be my pick here. Note something. She's never been submitted as a professional before. Melissa Gatto has good submissions. Lipski's the better striker. She hits harder. She's more calculated with her stand-up. Gatto is okay with her kicks, but lacks good boxing. Not very hard of a puncher. I feel like Ariane Lipski is going to hit her with some hard strikes and potentially get a knockout. But I definitely can also see this fight going 3 rounds. Official prediction for it. We went Lipski decision. And I'm sticking with Lipski decision here. I think she's going to end up getting it on the cards. I feel like Gatto is not going to be able to control Lipski, and she's going to be getting touched up in the striking. Outstruck there. Even Lipski tangling up and maybe even having the courage to get on top of Gatto and throwing hammers. I think Ariane Lipski's pretty good. I think she's winning. Lipski's a plus 195 underdog. Gatto at minus 230, the favorite. Lipski by KO is plus 1,400. That's crazy. Lipski decision plus 240. How is Lipski by KO plus 1,400 when you look at Ariane Lipski, man? Look at the KOs for Lipski. How many we got? 6? I know they're outside of the octagon. But there's still some KOs, man. Plus 1,400? Is Melissa Gatto made of steel? I think Lipski wins a decision, but I was just surprised to see how crazy wide that KO line is. Lipski for the win. Bong Lipski. Exactly, bro. The Bong Lipski for the win. Did I not bring up the Tapology screen? No, I thought it was up, man. My apologies, people. I thought it was up. I forgot to flip the fucking button. I did that whole breakdown without the tap screen. This is it here. I apologize, man. I had it up for the Q&A. Damn. That Tapology screen's essential, man. Unfortunate. It is what it is, though, guys. You guys got my take. I'm looking at the screen thinking everybody's seeing exactly what I'm looking at. My apologies. I appreciate your forgiveness, Brody. I appreciate it. Lipski is slightly the people's picks in the chat. And I think she's going to win. I'm not impressed. Melissa Gatto, not impressive. I'm not overly impressed by Melissa Gatto. I think Lipski can win it. Lipski for the Vittoria. Lipski for the win. Lipski for the W. The people agree. Oh, featured bouts coming up next. Am I still waiting for Finch to give you that Lipski intro? I told him, I said, Finch. I said, why did you not let her know? Why didn't you ask her? Umar Corey early prediction? I'm early leaning Umar, bro. I said, Finch, what the hell, man? But you know what? He told me this. He said, listen, you gotta earn somebody like a fucking Lipski. I said, no problem, Finch, man. All right. BKFC 46 gonna be lit. Yeah, it's the Brito. It's the England card, or are you talking about BKFC 46 in Lakeland? Get your votes in, guys. Morales and Griffin is up next. 365 or FD for us Canucks. What's that mean, bro? I don't know what that means. I'm insane for the Umar pick. Maybe I am insane for that. I don't know. It's just what I'm feeling right now. Featured bout of the night. Max Griffin versus Michael Morales. I think that Michael Morales wins a decision. I feel like Max Griffin, as like decent as he is, he's not overly impressive. And I feel like Morales has a shitload of potential, and he also took time off. He's 24 now. He was 23 last time he fought. And I mean, 14-0, good length. Seems pretty athletic and strong. He definitely can strike. Good from the outside with his straights. I think he beats a Max Payne Griffin on the cards. I think that Max Griffin is going to test him, and we're going to find out what Michael Morales is made out of. But I don't think Max Griffin beats him. I'm going Morales to win, judge's decision. Michael Morales is minus 240. Max Griffin at plus 205. I got Michael Morales to get it done. Morales to win, decision, plus 125 for that Morales decision side. Morales for the W, man. Morales for the win. I think they're going 3 rounds. England, it's the bare knuckle capital. You're right. You're going to it? Bet365 or FanDuel. I like Bet Online, brother. I was confused. My apologies, man. I like Bet Online. That's where I'm at. You hope Ian Gary beats Jeff Neal and Jack Della beats Sean Brady? Yes, please. That fight would be crazy, man. That fight would be insane. Morales is everybody's pick. And he's the favorite, but I think he's going to win, man. I think he's going to get it done. He's the favorite, I guess, for a reason, we could say. I feel like Max Griffin is decent, but he's 13 years older. He's got a 4-1 streak going, you know, which is nice, but Tim Means got him. I just got to go the side of the prospect. I think Michael Morales finds his way to win, man. His hands are there. His ground skills are solid. Hey, Psycho, you eating good after the gym, bro. I like hearing that. Ground beef, white rice, and sweet peas. Hell yeah. The people are on Michael Morales. I'm on Michael Morales, too. Who would I take in the GDM Gary fight? To be honest, I think right now, I feel like I lean JDM. I like JDM. Jack Della's my guy, bro. Like, there's fan bases right now that are forming. It's you're either the side of Ian Gary or the side of Jack Della, man. I think I'm a Jack Della guy. Jack Della for sure. Adebayo Ridwan, he says, watching from Nigeria. Yo, shout out to you, my brother in Nigeria. I hope you're enjoying, and I hope you're having a beautiful day, my man. I appreciate your support from across the globe, man. That means a lot. 2:15 a.m. Hey, I'm giving you that late night entertainment. JDM all day is the call. JDM all day. Jack Della Maddalena. Come on. It's Jack Della, bro. I'm going to throw it up in the chat real quick before we get to the next fight. Now I have to know. You guys right now, I'll leave the poll open for like 2 minutes versus Gary. Who we taking? JDM or Gary? Throw it up. Let's see who wins in the chat. JDM or Gary is not an official fight. Nothing's been made between these two. I'll make sure that I bring myself back with the proper screen when I start the breakdown again. But JDM, Ian, Gary, get your votes in. I got to find out. You don't mind Gary at all. Hope for his furtless loss. Hell yeah. Top tier entertainment chilling before Tough. I can't wait for Tough, man. You love that you started the topic. I'm glad that you did it. Got to take the fellow Irishman. All right, I respect you on the Irish. Listen, guys, we're at 56 likes up in here with 90 people. Let's get 60 likes running. So if you're watching and enjoying, smash the likes. And listen, be sure to subscribe to the channel because we are at 17,465 subs. So we're closing in on 17,500, man. Let's go. It amazes me how you're younger than O'Malley. That's funny as hell. I am younger than Sugar Show for sure. Dude, I'm 24, man. JDM's that guy, bro. His boxing's so good. Thank you, Psycho, for liking it. Thoughts on Brunno, AJ? Heavy-handed motherfucker. Hits like a tank. But ultimately, man, I question his gas tank. I question his ground skills. And I'm not picking him. I'm picking Nursultan. You're live while I'm at work. Hashtag vibe. Hey, I'm hoping you're enjoying it. 17.5K Shui with Zevia. Bro, I know eventually I'm going to do a Shui again on the channel. Don't worry. And I might throw a Shui bet down at some point. You thought I was 30 plus? Fuck it, man. You think Nursultan looks awful on tape? I don't think he looks awful. 24 gang, yo, shout out to you. Never been chin, nah. Ortega's ranked 3 because he's still a big name and he gave Volk a great fight. Yeah, JDM, it was super impressive how he slept Brown. Granted, Brown looked kind of shitty last week. JDM is 55%. Bro, the last time I did a Shui, dog, months and months, maybe like 9 months ago. I stopped doing them, bro, because, dude, I'm telling you, the day after doing them, my stomach would be feeling strange. I'd be like, yo, this is not good. I said, I got to stop doing these Shuis, man. I can't. Once in a blue moon. Hey, I'm going to miss you, Ike P, this weekend. I'll be back for 290. Don't worry. I'll be back with... I'll try to do live streams while I'm out of town, too, if I get the chance, man. And I'll still be dropping the videos, as always. Weigh-in recap, 290 predictions, this week's Best of MMA bets on the road edition. Physically 24, mentally 30, easy. Yeah. Anthony G, I agree. I agree, bro. Hey, JDM is the people's pick. JDM. I'll make sure to bring this screen up. So I'm going to do it right now as I set up the poll for our co-main event of the evening. It's the co-main event. I feel like people don't talk about how entertaining there is in Brito, one of the most violent guys in the UFC. I guess he doesn't have a lot of hype right now because he's a back-end guy at 45, regardless of his win over Andre Fili. But yeah, I agree. He's super exciting, and like his style matches up so well with Westin Wilson to just crush him. He's going to crush Westin Wilson. It shouldn't be close. All right, poll is up in the chat. Let's keep running and let's get to the co-main event of the evening. It's Damir Ismagulov versus Grant Dawson. Grant Dawson, bro. If you saw Snoop Dogg was on the commentary with Grant Dawson, that's why I always say it funny. He did some weird way that he said it. I saw it live years ago when Grant Dawson, looked good throughout early runs as a prospect, getting into the UFC, and he's on a nice tear. I'm picking Damir Ismagulov to box him up, though, because I'm not impressed with Grant Dawson's takedown speed, and I'm also not overly impressed with his stand-up, man. I think Grant Dawson is mid with his boxing. He's average, man. He's an average-level boxer. Ismagulov is very calculated. He fights off a smart jab. Now, I see people running through comment sections, Twitter and all, saying, yo, Ismagulov is just taking this fight to get out of his UFC contract. He was trying to retire to get out of his UFC contract, whatnot. I don't believe that Damir Ismagulov is showing up to lose against Grant Dawson, regardless of his intentions, furthermore, in the UFC. I don't believe that. I think Damir Ismagulov is going to come as good as he always does. Yes, he was controlled a bit by Arman Tsarukyan on the ground, someone who's significantly faster than Grant Dawson. The transition speed, I think that Damir Ismagulov can scramble with a guy like Grant Dawson, force him to strike. Ismagulov's boxing is crisp, and I'm not saying Dawson will never get a hold of him, especially in the 25-foot octagon at the apex. There's going to be moments where he's controlling him against the cage, but I think Ismagulov does more damage and wins a judge's decision. So I'm going Damir Ismagulov, and it seems as though people are flipping sides because right now the line is even, whereas Ismagulov opened at minus 155, and he swelled to a large favorite at minus what? Where were we at, man? Can we pull it a little lower here? At some point, they said that he was a huge favorite. Minus 180, minus 220 at one point. Now he's been at minus 108. He's minus 108 right now. He's a slight underdog. If you're at Bet Online, bet him right now. He's a dog. Damir Ismagulov is an underdog right now because I think a lot of people don't believe that he's coming to kill. I'm telling you, there's a reason we always heard about this guy. Like, okay, he had a good fight with Guram Kutateladze and, barely won it. Guram's really fucking solid. Oh, he lost Arman Tsarukyan. Tsarukyan's that guy. Oh, but he had a good fight last time out against the Silva, the short notice, replacement. It's a different fight. Like, come on. Tsarukyan's top tier. And Ismagulov is good. I mean, he's beaten solid opposition. Yeah, he's not fighting all that actively. But his style, I think, matches up well with Dawson. Dawson's not a great boxer. He's, I think, going to struggle controlling Ismagulov. So now you're forced into kickboxing. Ismagulov's a sniper. Ismagulov is no joke, guys. Ismagulov's winning the fight. Ismagulov. Decision, but there's a chance he gets a first finish in the UFC. You're not watching PFL anymore because the Bud Light sponsors? I didn't know that. He wants to go to PFL. That'd be crazy if he went there. He'd fuck people up in PFL. This is kind of a narrative fight. I think you're right. I think Dawson ain't winning it. Give me Dawson. Oh, shit. People in the chat on Ismagulov. Yeah, 20. Come on, bro. He's a killer. Shuey on the line for lock this weekend. Not this weekend because I won't be live for the card because I'll be out of town. But don't worry. I'll put one on the line soon. Actually, no, I won't because this week starts the win streak. So then I'm probably not going to. So maybe you never see one. I don't know. I'll put him on the line occasionally. I think Ismagulov is clean to win. He's a confident pick for me. I see Damir Ismagulov as way better than Grant Dawson. Like, Grant Dawson still had a draw with Ricky Glenn, and, like, he's taking these guys down. He's bullying them. Bro, none of these guys are Damir Ismagulov level. Come on. Think about the matchups. Grant Dawson, Mark Madsen. Basic guy as far as stand-up goes. Extraordinary Greco-Roman wrestler. He barely beat Clay Guida, bro. Jared Gordon. Decent. Not a lot of power, but pretty solid, I'd say, overall. That's a good win. That's a good win. Draw with Rick Glenn. He was winning early, but he looked terrible in the third round. Beat Leonardo Santos. It needs to happen. Nadner Amini, no name. Yoel Alvarez is a killer. Thiago Moises is very good. Rafael Alves is okay. Guram is top-notch outside of the rankings. Arman Tsarukyan is top-notch inside of the rankings. I'm going with Damir Ismagulov. A motivated Damir Ismagulov. Even if he's done with the UFC, he's finishing it on a W in this one right here. Javid Bashrat Sanhagen go. I think that Sanhagen TKOs him in like the third round. Take a line if my locks fucking lose. I'll be passed out, bro. Drop. Hey, thank you, Liam. I appreciate you, bro. Van Crutchen. Have a sick weekend too, man. I'm going to kill it this week. I already know. I'm feeling it. Dude, fuck no. I'm not getting a tat for it or buzz in my head. I like my hair, bro. I actually, you guys can't always tell because I got the hat on. I got it cleaned up yesterday. The beard trim, this cleaned up. I feel tremendous, man. I feel like a fucking sex symbol over here. Dawson gasses hard round 3. Ismagulov round 3 plus 1800. That's interesting. Ismagulov's the pick, guys. It's close to even money. Listen, I'm close to locking Ismagulov. Listen, watch this week's Best of May bets tomorrow. I put Blagoy as the dog lock on money line. But shit, I might have to throw even more on the line with Ismag. Because he's a confident-ass pick. Super confident. Yo, the lock tomorrow on this week's Best of May. As I'm talking to you guys, my lock feels like Ismagulov. But I officially called Ivanov on money line. I picked the dog lock on that one. Dependent upon Romanov not showing up at 235 pounds, to be fair. Ismagulov, my call. Slight dog. Give me Ismagulov. He'd be minus 300 for sure if he didn't have that retirement thing. I don't see Grant Dawson's skill set as a good matchup for someone like Demir. All right. All right. Main event. Smash the likes, guys, and subscribe if you're new. We got Sean Strickland versus Abus Magomedov. Sean Strickland's the pick. I think he's going to keep coming as Abus Magomedov tries to keep him away. We're in the smaller cage. His movement ultimately is going to eventually find himself backed up towards the cage. I expect Abus to shoot on Sean Strickland and be impressed by his takedown defense. Sean Strickland is nasty on the floor. Don't doubt his ground skills. I mean, he even said with the Schmo, bro, I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He doesn't wear the gi. He doesn't train in it because he doesn't really believe in it at this point. But you know Sean Strickland's ground skills are pretty good. Abus Magomedov on the opposite side is honestly a great prospect. I mean, he's 32, so he's a little old for a prospect, but a great entry to the UFC. Your second bout, you're fighting one of the most experienced guys, somebody that's been in this UFC octagon since he was in his early 20s. What 23 when he debuted? Sean Strickland debuted against Bubba McDaniel when he was 23 years of age. Sean Strickland has been in the UFC forever, and his success rate is pretty damn good. Jared Cannonier split decision. Abus Magomedov, he looks good, and it was a great debut for him. But, I mean, he fought a 0-0 guy 3 fights ago, a pro boxer that had like 30, 40 losses. Lewis Taylor slept him. He beat Sabi Osai. I mean, that's a good win. Sai's doing great work in PFL now, and Sean Strickland works out with Sai, trains with Sai. I think Sean Strickland's going to have too much pressure and takedown defense. Abus is going to be forced to strike, and Strickland's going to put home some big shots and win a decision. I could see it looking similar to the Imavov fight. Would love to see Strickland KO him. I would love to see it. I'm just not overconfident in that. Strickland's a bit of a favorite. Minus 146 now for Sean Strickland. Line just shifted. Bro, that's good money on Sean Strickland. Abus, plus 126. Give me Sean Strickland for the win, guys. I'm confident Strickland gets it done. Sean Strickland to win via decision, plus 210. What's KO? Strickland by KO is plus 235. I think Strickland's winning it. I'm going to say it's like 3 rounds to 2, 4 rounds to 1. I could see Abus taking the first. But Strickland's just going to keep coming. Makes his reads, even gets touched a bit, and keeps coming. Strickland says he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. The OV, main event, the OV is not in effect here. Abus Magomedov, I think, loses to Sean Strickland, guys. Sean inside the distance line. Let me check it out for you. Inside the distance for Sean Strickland. Plus 215 if you like inside the distance for Shawnee Boy. Strickland via spinning heel kick. That'd be insane, but I highly doubt it. You got the Puffco going again. That Puffco peak. Enjoy it, man. If you're going to bet Magomedov, bet him by early KO rounds. Strickland decision. I think Strickland gets him later. Abus has power, but I'm not convinced he can sleep Sean Strickland. I don't see it. I haven't seen it yet. I don't believe it. I'm not buying it, bro. I'm not buying it. He's that guy on the come up that I respect. I do. But come on, man. I ain't buying it, bro. I ain't buying it, man. Abus got KO'd a few years ago against Lewis Taylor in the PFL finals. It was a big shot, big hook that slept him early. He got caught perfectly. Abus is plus 235 for the KO. This matchup's weird, right? Because Sean Strickland's a perennial top contender, and Abus, a guy on the come-up. Strickland decision, that's where I'm at. The pro. All right, Justin, you got that Puffco Peak Pro. You're enjoying it. Strickland is 67% of the people's picks. The people are on Strickland. I'm going to recite the people's picks to you. All right. All right. The people are on Sean Strickland, Damir Ismagulov, Michael Morales, Edion Lipski, Ismail Bonfim, Bruno Ferreira, Renat Fakhretdinov, Karol Rosa, Ivana Petrović, Joanderson Brito, Blagoy Ivanov, and Guram Kutateladze. I have one different pick than the subscribers, and that is I picked Nursultan Ruziboev instead of Bruno Ferreira. Obviously, there was some disagreement and different percentages, but that's the overall for who was winning inside of the chat. Now, I do want to talk about some parlays a bit. Sheiks gave Dana a suitcase full of cash to get him to fight. Maybe, man. That makes a lot of sense. Let's talk some parlays, guys. Let's parlay some things up here. It's fucking parlay time. All right. Even money with Damir Ismagulov. And we go Bonfim. And we go Guram. Plus 198. Get the ladies over. If it's available. I'm not seeing it. I do know it's 3-1. So the ladies over is 3-1. Here, we can just use this as a... Oh, fuck. We already used it. I guess we could just use this as a temp. It's around the plus 280 range. You know it says Bonfim twice. Ignore that. The line is similar for Rosa and Santos. So if you also throw the Rosa and Santos over in there, plus 288. But you get near plus 200 here. Brito, I mean, you could add him in, but he's not going to give you a lot of juice here. Ismagulov, Kutateladze, Bonfim, and Renat Fakhretdinov, I think, are four winners too. I like this parlay a lot. Bonfim, Guram, Ismagulov, Fakhretdinov. I think this is a 4-team that we can ride to the bank. I think this is a really good one. This might be my favorite one ever. At least the favorite one right now. For this card-wise, I think that's a good one. UFC Fight Pass Invitational. It's cool. It's cool to see the grapplers go after it. Interesting that we have double team with Anthony Smith rematching Glover. Is kind of weird to me in grappling. I did break down the Bonfim fight. I got him by KO. I like Bonfim, brother. You think Fakhretdinov close to a lock? I'm feeling the same way. He's a high confidence pick. I think he's getting it done too. Bonfim, he's high confidence. Like Ismagulov, high confidence too, good value. I mean, if you don't like Ismagulov, you still get plus 139 for this one. But I do like Ismagulov. These are like three staples, I think, for most. Then if you got ballsy, you threw down like a Blagoy. But I like Damir. Damir's feeling like my real fucking underdog lock. I mean, I know he's even money here, but he's a dog somewhere. And I think Ivanov's got a great chance, assuming that Romanov shows up at the right weight. I feel like since you do voices well, you can sing. I don't know, man. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Saint-Denis, hard to bet against. He's tough, but I think he's going to get hurt, man. You're not as confident on Bonfim? I think he's the guy on the come up. But listen, Ismagulov could be the money value pick. Do you can get taken down? I don't see it, man. You don't know where Damir's head's at? Trust me, bro. He's from Uzbekistan. His head is in the place of kill. One bet is 800 money line. He does get good control time. He's a strong Frenchman, but he can't beat the Brazilian. Schultz-Manfield situation in PFL. I like that question, Michael Panza. Yeah, I think it's stupid. How the fuck can we say we are a league if it's basketball and the Toronto Raptors are supposed to be in the playoffs, but they didn't bring enough entertainment in their games? They were boring. We're not going to give you the spot. We're instead going to give it to the fucking Charlotte Bobcats because they're more entertaining. They got a star on their team. Everybody would say, what in the fuck? But because it's MMA, it's like the matchmaking situation. They just let it slide. I don't think you can matchmake as you choose if you consider yourself the regular season. At this point, it's all ludicrous. There's no point of it now. It doesn't make any sense. You cannot, I don't think, do that. Now, if they believe fight fixing is in play, that's a different conversation. But if they're saying that was a clean fight, it was just not entertaining, how the fuck can you switch that, man? The Bobcats aren't even a team anymore. It shows I don't watch basketball. The Charlotte Hornets, man. I'm feeling a good weekend too, bro. I'm excited. And then I'll end up going perfect this weekend and I won't be live for it. If I go perfect on the card, bro, even if I'm on my phone somewhere, I'll pull up a live stream and just call it I Went Perfect. Bump, 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 bump. Dude, we're at 68 likes, man. Let's get 70 likes up in here. And I'll give you a fucking pen rip skis. You know what I'm saying? I'll rip it up. Has better boxing and more technical on the feet than Saint-Denis. Yeah, he's going to fuck him up on the feet. He's going to rip him open on the feet. Houdini Beats is right, man. If you ain't hit the like, what are you doing? You're right. Houdini Beats knows what's up. I mean, the French Special Forces is very badass. Don't get me wrong. I think Saint-Denis is a tough motherfucker. I just don't think he's as good of a fighter as Ismael Bonfim. The Bonfim brothers seem like the ones, man. And we hit it, bro. We hit that goal. Let's go. Yeah, guys. So tomorrow I'm dropping this week's best MMA bets. And then I'm going to drop my UFC 290 picks. I'm curious what day makes more sense, man. What do you guys think? Do I do it? What do you think, man? Do I do it Saturday or Thursday? I'm curious what the people are saying. I feel like you guys end up picking Thursday just because, you know what I'm saying, it's more content being dropped sooner. French are famous for giving up. I think the Saint-Denis might be an exception. He's a tough man. I'm picking Jake Paul. Sadly, I'm picking Jake Paul over Nate Diaz. I'll do a breakdown for that fight. Damn, the people on Thursday, they want to see it early, man. Like, yo, just drop that content. He is the exception. He's tough as fuck. I respect the hell out of Saint-Denis' game. He showed so much toughness when he faced off with Elizio Zaleski. Like some out-of-this-world toughness. He was taking fucking hammers. And he keeps coming. Yo, you know what's crazy? This show's already been an hour and a half. That's blowing my mind. We're an hour and a half in already. He handled him. A pretty good striker. Pen Ripskis of the CBD line. Yeah, I owe it to you, man. Much love. Well, Friday, I'm definitely dropping the picks. Friday, I'm doing the weigh-in show, no doubt, man. The weigh-in show's a lock. It's going to be an on-the-road weigh-in show. But I kind of want to drop the UFC 290 predictions in the actual studio. You know what I'm saying? So even if they got to be a little early, at least it can be the real experience. So maybe I drop them Thursday. CBD. Stop all the nonsense, bro. CBD, man. CBD line. Listen, it was a beautiful late night live today. I hope you guys enjoyed the past hour and a half talking some UFC UFC Vegas 76. It's a good card, and I'm looking forward to it. Sadly, won't be live for it, but don't worry. We got more content dropping. I got this week's best MMA bets tomorrow, and then I got some A1 weigh-in recap show coming Friday. And then you'll see the UFC 290 predictions either Thursday or Saturday for me. They're going to be a little early this week because I'll be out of town. Money line is Thursday next week, so a little bit of a shifted schedule. And then I do believe I'll attempt to drop an on-the-road edition of this week's Best MMA Bets next week. But then back in the office for the UFC 290 Fight Companion. So just one weekend. Much love to my people. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Thank you all for the kind words. It seems like the people want that Thursday drop, so good to know. I appreciate you all, man. Who's going to win the BMF belt? I'm leaning Gaethje, man. Official pick, obviously dropping later next month. Kind of almost this month. It's already the 27th of June. Holy shit. Much love, people. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace, everybody.